Red Hood, my favorite character of all time. I love Jason Todd because I see myself in him. He inspires me to take something that is tragic and make something new of it. Come out better than what I was pre tragedy. I also think he's misunderstood by not just DC writers, but also the community. His own fan base does not understand this guy at all. At least half the fan base mischaracterizes and misunderstands him. Or they misunderstand Jason Todd. I'm specifically talking about the fanfics, the fangirls who talk about their fantasies about him. Okay, bro. Cool. You think he's a hot guy. I don't really care, bro. I don't want to hear your fantasies about it. Keep it to yourself, man. Nobody needs to hear what you want to do or what you want him to do to you. Please, bro. Please. Even in the comics, it is canon. I mean, this guy is probably, if not the most misunderstood character in the Bat family, he's at least one of the most misunderstood characters in the Bat family. And maybe in DC in its entirety. I'm not saying this Red Hood is the most OP character ever or that he's the most goated. In my opinion, he is the most goated because I love Red Hood that much. He inspires me. He is my comfort character. There are other characters that are my comfort characters too, but he is my go-to character. Anything Red Hood, I'm all for it. I get super hyped because I'm like, wow. They mentioned Jason Todd. They mentioned a character that I like, that I love. They mentioned my GOAT. It's exciting. It's awesome when comics do this. They mention your favorite characters. But it's always that they mention his tragedy. And boy, oh boy, don't even let me get started on that. Are we not going to mention the fact that, tons of people, or believe that some guy called, a bunch of times for Jason Todd to be killed? Doesn't that show our level of humanity? This guy was a kid, alright? He was a kid, and because people didn't like him, they voted for him to die and be murdered. Not just killed, but murdered. They murdered him, bro. And the DC community voted for a kid to be killed in the comics, bro. I get that it's fiction, but that is so messed up. Because we chose for a kid to be executed, basically. You know how messed up that is? That is just dark, bro. That is insane that we did that. That is just inhumane, bro. So inhumane. And then guess what? Get this. He was a kid. People didn't like him because they looked at him as this angry Robin, a Dick Grayson that wasn't Dick Grayson, a wannabe Dick Grayson. Bro, he was a violent kid, man. He wasn't the violent Robin. People say he was the violent Robin. No, he was the misunderstood Robin. He was misunderstood. He was arrogant, and his arrogance is what eventually led to his death. His arrogance eventually led to his capture by the Joker and then his death. He was an arrogant, traumatized little boy with built-up anger. He was a street kid, man. He was a kid who was raised on the streets, who raised himself on the streets. Because he had a trash father. He had a trashy father and a mother and a druggy mother, bro. Fans don't like him and say he's violent. He wasn't violent, he just made stupid decisions bad choices that eventually led to his death because he was arrogant. He was, I will admit, yeah, he was foolish for that. All the, and I really love Jason Todd. I think now we're gonna get to the point where I'm about to wrap this up. All right. I just wanted to kind of talk about that too because I feel like after Jason came back from the dead, whole different guy, whole different vibe. He's awesome. I love Red Hood. I love Jason Todd. I don't usually do videos like this. This is my first one, so this is kind of awkward for me. But I do want to talk about Jason Todd in later on videos. I do have other stuff that I want to talk about eventually, like specific comics, one issues, single issues, whole arcs, graphic novels, other stuff I want to go in more depth with. Not just Jason Todd, but in the entirety of DC and Marvel, just comics in general, and other stuff too. I think my next video is probably going to be me talking about Dead Space. I don't really know, but I'll see you in the next one.